Hello everyone, welcome back to Vampyr. So, I need to check what actually happened here. Let's see, migraine, cold, fatigue. For some reason this district is getting worse, I need to heal these people. Here this one is healthy, and this one is just stable. Still can't mesmerize Edwina. Right, so, first things first, I'm going to find and cure these people here in Whitechapel, which is straight ahead. Oh yeah, I'm out of here. Bye.
You! Get back in the grave!
Alright. Gotta cure these people, otherwise the district will go to shit. Here we go. Cold. Wait. Right, this is the snake oil
Good
salesman.
evening, my dear colleague.
You look ill, Miss Swanborough. I wonder if your concoction will do the trick.
I have no doubt it will. But I'm not against a second opinion, Dr. Reid.
I'll give her the
Well,
medicine.
there you have it. Take this remedy, but be discreet. It may
I'm going
damage
to
your
find out her
business.
secrets, max out
Thank you.
experience gain, and drink her.
I'd like to see what kind of medicine you're selling.
Let's see, who is this?
Everything will be better. What? Shooting a boy in the middle of the street. Not the best thing to do, wouldn't you say?
What? You saw what happened? Who are you?
I'm Dr. Reid, and I'd like to ask you a few questions, if you promise me to set your gun aside.
No. Look, I'm not a violent man. I'm Benjamin Palmer, doctor.
Not a violent man.
No one can help me. Not even you.
Whatever the boy did, I'm sure he didn't deserve a public execution.
I swear I didn't want to hit him. It's just that I'm sick in the head, you see, and the boy just frayed me last nerve.
Sick in the head. Neuralgia. I'm guessing the letter is about Albert being accepted into the whatever.
I have found a very interesting letter. Your son planned to prove his worth to the gang by stealing your medicine.
Oh, I see. So the little bugger thought he could use his dad to build a reputation.
The gang's recruiter was dead when I found him. Perhaps you should take better care of your son.
I love my Albert, sir. Believe me. It's just... well, I'm an arsehole, I suppose. Anyway, thanks for the letter. This is for your trouble.
Wonder if I shouldn't have just given given the letter to Albert and told him, you know, don't do this, yada yada. Well, of course it's a con. Ah, so these two. Yeah, I'm drinking both of them.
A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper.
Yeah. Some rats. I'll drink them. Nope. That's not what I meant to do. There we go.
I have this thirst for blood. I can't believe I'm doing this. How are you, boy?
I'm not your boy, all right? Now piss off.
We're damn right you're not. Alright.
Goodbye, young man.
Apparently I can't discuss it with him anymore.
When science fails you, this elixir will give you faith again. Good evening, my dear colleague.
I get the feeling they wanted Claudia Black for this role, but couldn't afford her.
Loretta, your miraculous formula wouldn't even cure a common cold, and you know it.
The Swanborough's cordial secret ingredient is hope, Doctor. And it's something people around here really need.
A placebo effect is real and has benefit.
Yes.
In your case, you could be murdering your customers, who may die because they are not receiving the necessary medical attention.
Exactly.
Medical attention? In Whitechapel? Trust me, my cordial is the best option they have, since it is the only one.
If your true purpose was to help, you wouldn't take money from the poor for your snake oil.
Oh, but to pay for it is part of the process, Doctor. If it were free, they wouldn't believe in it.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Miss Swanborough. Perhaps we'll talk again.
We definitely will. It's a lot of blood.
This is despicable. I have this thirst for blood.
I'll just go into the hideout and do some crafting. I wish this were one of those hideouts that you don't need to load to get into because of the bug, but whatever. Right, I already filled up everything. And the crafting bench. Neuralgia, migraine, headache. I think hang on. Neuralgia, fatigue, I have that. Another fatigue. Alright. Just wish there was a way to track people. I wonder how I can unlock the last 3 healing recipes. By healing, I mean the cures, not or treatments, not the syringes for myself. I don't care about the syringes, not too much. Okay, fatigue.
Fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose your... Do you need help, sir?
To be honest, I'd prefer you take a look at my stuff. I'd rather be rich and sick than the contrary.
I don't quite agree, but I won't argue with you. Please, take this. You'll feel better.
Really? Free? Don't take it personally, but charity usually comes at a price. Human nature being what it
Charity
is.
is literally free. That's kind of the point.
Right then.
Okay, I think this is what I needed, right? Probably this too. Ah.
Don't be shy, handsome. What can Christina do for you?
I'm not looking for what you're selling, but I'd like to ask you a few questions, if I may. I'm a doctor, Dr. Reid.
All right then, but be quick. Though I usually get paid when I open my mouth.
No, thank you. Okay, she has anemia. I'll treat her for anemia.
Tell me about yourself.
Are you joking with me? People don't usually come to see me for conversation.
I have no
Actually,
interest
that's
in your
a fun fact. From what
I
I've
am,
read,
however,
a lot of
curious
people
as to
do
what
go
led
to
you
women
into
like
this
her for
career.
conversation.
Short story. The war, exile, and England. This country is not especially welcoming. I've been refused many jobs because of where I am from. I had few options left.
I always thought I was the master of my own fate. But now I know we don't always have control over our lives. I don't judge you.
You know, this money is not only for me. I have good reasons to need this money quickly, but it is not your concern, Doctor.
I mean, if you tell me, I can help.
Clayton Darby claims he will expose the crisis in Whitechapel to all of London. Do you believe him?
I believe Clayton's courage will erode with time, until he finally leaves Whitechapel to start another fight somewhere else.
Are you talking from experience?
I've seen your type come here to get a good fuck in a cheap room or a dark alley before
Vampires?
going
You've
back to
seen
their fancy
vampires.
houses in the West End.
Why this skepticism?
How can you speak about starvation if you've never been hungry? Or about poverty? Or anything else you have never suffered from?
I mean,
Christina, have you been examined?
you
The
can
epidemic
definitely
is
talk
spreading
about it. You may
fast
not
in
be able
London,
to fully
and you could be
grasp what it
exposed,
means,
or expose others.
I don't like doctors
but I'm sure
or
you
hospitals, but
can
I don't
imagine.
like you asking questions.
Most humans have empathy.
Considering your line of work, I assure you it is only a matter of time before you have health issues.
If it is going to happen, it will happen. Right now, I need money. That's what's important.
You can put your own life in danger, that's your decision. But what about your clients? If you're contaminated, you will put them in danger too.
And you think that would worry me? If you knew the men I deal with, their health would not be what you'd worry about.
That's a fair point.
Goodbye, miss. Take care of yourself as best you can.
Alright, I need to make anemia treatment. I'll make it since I'm right next to the hideout. Let's see. I mean, might as well, right? See, anemia. I was thinking of crafting one of each, but some of these are actually quite expensive. Alright, let's go treat what's her name? Right, Christina. Let's go treat Christina. And then the other guy, and find out all the secrets of the snake oil salesman so I can drink her. Still loading. There. Ah, there she is.
Good evening, Christina.
Change.
Do you
Nope.
need any assistance, Mr.
Did not change my mind, just
Depends
came
on the
here
price of your
to give you the medicine.
I am shocked that you would think I am that sort of man.
Forgive my suspicion. I'm so used to liars with good manners. Thank you, sir.
No
Goodbye,
problem.
miss. Take care of yourself as best you can.
Leighton Darby. Actually, he might know something. Hang on.
Good evening, Doctor. Can I help you?
No.
Christina Popper claims she sells her body because she can't find any other work. Do you believe her?
Of course I do. Her story is exactly what I want my readers to understand. We live in an intolerant and divided nation.
Do you think things will ever change, Mr. Darby?
I believe the situation can only improve. And now that women can vote, I'm convinced things will change.
That's fair enough. Come
How
to think
are
of it,
conditions?
I always thought it was my role to reveal what really
maybe
happens
if I
in
ask him about the
forgotten
current
parts of
situation,
And
he'll
you're not
know.
sure anymore.
life. Emptied coffins,
He'll be able to tell me something
Walking Dead.
about
I'm trying to report
the
truth
snake
about what's
oil
going on,
salesman.
but no one believes it anymore.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby.
Oh, right. There we are. Camellia and Richard, what's his face?
Hello again, miss. Tell me about Richard Nethercott. I understand he is quite fond of you, Camellia. Hello, Camellia. How are you, partner?
One,
Come
really?
on, girl. Smile. Don't you know Dorothy and I have an agreement? We're on the same side. No? All right then, as you wish. Very well. Goodbye then.
This is actually quite irritating, because I understand she doesn't speak, but she also doesn't
Good
do
evening, Mr.
anything.
Nethercott. And good evening to you too, my good...
Let me see, already helped him.
What are your thoughts on the
Terrible, you say? No. Of course, the death of so many innocents is a tragedy. But the scourge has not been all bad for the city. Oh, no, sir.
What are you talking about?
Do you remember London before the flu? Noisy, cacophonic, quiet nowhere to be found. And now, listen to this oddly peaceful silence.
That was actually one of the only good things about the pandemic nowadays. When people stayed inside, everything was just quiet.
My mother loved poetry.
Unfortunately,
Perhaps your words would have touched
the reason for it is still that people were dying left and right.
Most people fail to understand my perspective. I don't blame them.
So, you
But
know,
how could I call myself a poet if I
at best
veiled
it's
my
bittersweet.
I'll leave you alone.
No, I don't think he'll be able to tell me anything of import. What the shit? Jesus. Alright, where was I? Who am I looking for exactly? Neuralgia, no. Oh, I'm looking for Father Tobias. Why didn't I just check his name? It's obviously going to be in the church or chapel or whatever. No. Bad, bad scowl.
Good evening,
Oh,
Mr.
Father.
Whittaker.
It's Father Whittaker, my son. So, are you still lost in your rational delusions?
Why do I get the feeling
Tell
that
me the
he's the
reason
one
why
who
you
molested
despise
Sean
Joseph
Hampton?
Larrabee so much, Tobias.
A faithless shepherd is the worst criminal, for he leads his flock to the abyss by disregarding the right path. God smote this man, for he doubted.
I only met him briefly, but he seemed a dedicated man who tried to provide guidance.
Do you not believe in punishment, my son? I am not talking about the law of men. I am talking about judgment from heaven.
I believe in the logical and factual organization
Yeah.
of everything in the universe. God, if he exists, is just a principle waiting to be discovered.
Armageddon is upon us, Dr. Reid. The final battle.
I mean,
where
how
you
many
so
times has
clearly
Armageddon
weighed.
been called in the last, I
I'm
don't know,
afraid
1,000
yours will
years?
burn for a long
Probably
time.
once a year, at least.
Don't you fear getting sick yourself?
Faith gives me all I need, my son. If I must fall, then so be it.
No doubt your faith will prevail, but let me give you some extra protection against the devil's work. Medicine.
Blessed be your generosity, my son.
Yeah, I'm only doing this so that your blood quality goes up, and when I juke you, I get a ton of experience.
I have had enough for tonight. Goodbye.
Maybe Joe will know something. Why is he standing so weirdly? Like with his
You
ass
again?
just sticking out.
What do you want this time?
Why do you keep on working for the gang, Joe? You know it doesn't suit you.
It's true, I hate this job. And I know I made some bad choices, but I'm a wet boot boy now, and people won't forget it.
You could leave tomorrow. Start another life in another town.
That's easy for you to say, Doctor. We are poor. My son's weak, and there's no way he'll endure another disappointment.
Harry doesn't seem happy living in Whitechapel. Why did you make him come here?
I've always put my son's interests above everything else, whatever he may think. Our house is small but affordable. The walls are thin, but the door is solid.
You really love your son, don't you, Mr. Peterson?
He's my pride and joy. Even if he hates me for the choices I make and pushes me buttons more than he should.
Do you have any regrets?
Only one. Not to have my beloved wife by my side.
That's not a regret, that's just being sad that your wife is
My
dead.
sweet Jane. She gave the boy confidence.
Since the criminal nature of your job means you could be arrested, are you not afraid of what would happen to your boy if you were?
No one will ever take my son away from me. If that ever occurred, I'd hunt the bastard down and rip off his head with my bare hands.
Yeah, I doubt you would be able to do that, but fine.
According to you, physicians are scarce in this part of town. Why is that?
Not familiar with this neighborhood, are you? I guess your fancy colleagues are too afraid of being stabbed in the back.
This part of town does have quite a reputation. Would you say it's justified?
Totally. Look at me, for instance. I always look my opponent in the eye before knocking him out.
Right.
May I ask what you do around here?
I do whatever I want, and sometimes even more. Now sod off.
Okay.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
Okay, maybe this guy knows.
Fancy bar.
You never...
There's gotta be someone who knows more
How is business around here?
about the snake oil
I ain't no
salesman.
business. Between this racket, theft, and customers getting scared, I'm losing money every day.
I see. Sounds like you blame someone in particular for your situation.
It's no secret Joe Peterson spends his time harassing merchants. But with me, he's trying to put me out of business once and for all.
Really?
As a merchant, you see Whitechapel every day. Have you noticed? Just anything out of the ordinary recently?
What you mean besides the epidemic, the war, and all the usual crap?
Yes.
As long as I can remember, this part of town has been a bottomless pit, and no sign of the bottom yet.
That's what it means to be
Violence is
bottomless. It
increasing
doesn't...
in the borough.
whatever.
Yeah. A few nights ago, some blokes jumped me. Came out of one of the condemned workshops. Fever, madness, something like that.
Where did this happen? Why did you go there?
In the closed workshops nearby. I worked there as an apprentice in better days. Now I only go to find trinkets or tools. Too bad I was mugged, though. There was good money in that little box of loot I lost.
Money.
Have you been hurt?
No, but that's only because I ran like hell. Those men were raving lunatics, I tell you. Not even able to speak anymore, just screaming.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Lewis.
Okay, now for this guy.
You again?
How did you become the local bully everyone is afraid of, Joe?
There's no pride in roughing up poor bastards. But this is the only job I've found. And it pays well too.
A job? So you're racketeering for someone else?
I got enlisted by the Wet Boot Boys, a gang from the docks. I'm their muscle for their dirty work.
Of course you are.
Most people don't become thugs when unemployed. This is a choice you've made.
I don't care what you think, sir. I do what I have to do for my own reasons, and that's that.
I'm not sure Mr. Lewis would agree with your by all means necessary philosophy, sir.
Oh, do you really think he's the poor victim here? Barrett can be as sneaky as anyone. Long ago, I even called the bastard my best friend.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
Okay, now back to the merchant, I suppose.
Fancy pie.
You never... What do you know of Harry Peterson? The boy seems so fragile. Not like his father at all.
Harry's a good boy, but he spends most of his time complaining. He's had it tough, all right, but he needs to grow a pair.
What troubles him exactly?
Well, despite being his father's son, almost everything, I think. He never wanted to come to Whitechapel in the first place. Hates this place more than most of us.
Joe Peterson. He's the villain here, isn't he? But you seem to know each other.
I've known Joe for years. I saw him box once or twice. He was a friend then. But these days, he's just another thug.
What can you tell me about Mr. Peterson? Besides his behavior toward you, obviously.
Colossus Joe was a decent boxer, good one even. But after his wife passed away, he found every excuse to stop training. Just wanted to pick fights with everyone.
Without making excuses for him, it's safe to say that despair can poison even the sanest mind.
We've all had some rough times, ain't we? But most of us don't use our fists to see us through.
Yeah, that's probably because he got knocked in the
And
head
no one has
quite a
ever
while.
stood up to this thug.
Quite a bit, I
Nobody
mean.
would be fool enough to stand against a wet boot boy.
I would. I don't fucking care. Sorry, for some reason I got all tabbed out.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Lewis.
Weird. And still no information about her. Let's see, local investigations. Maybe if I do a few few of these quests. Oh, actually, Darius might know something. I'll chat him up and then end the episode.
Hello, Mr. Petrescu.
Hello, Dr. Reid. Come on in. Yes?
How is Nurse Crane these days?
I don't know what you told her, what kind
Nurse
of
Crane,
deal
of course
you
Nurse
made,
Crane would
but
know.
Dorothea seems less anxious recently. Thank you for that, Dr. Reid.
I don't know why I didn't think of that right away. I mean, it's obvious.
Tell me everything you know.
She's,
about
an
Camellia,
actual
the
medical
mute
practitioner,
forest.
I
not a
do
snake oil
believe in
salesman.
the afterlife, Doctor, but I'm almost convinced Camellia is an angel. She volunteered to give out our medical leaflets.
Goodbye, Mr. Petrescu.
Alright. Well, as I said, I'm going to end the episode now. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you again next time.